Imagine a state where the mind is still, like a tranquil lake, reflecting the universe without distortion, without resistance. A place where truth is not found in books, scriptures, or legends, but in the direct experience of being. This is Zen, a path that cannot be explained, only lived. For centuries, Zen Buddhism has been a paradox, a mystery, a gateway to enlightenment that is both profound and deceptively simple. Today we will uncover the origins and philosophy of Zen, how it shaped Eastern thought, the paradox of effort and non-effort, why true mastery requires letting go, the daily practices that can awaken deep clarity and awareness. This is the path that merges discipline with spontaneity, wisdom with simplicity, presence with freedom. And by the end of this journey, you may discover that the simplest path is also the most powerful. Stay with me, because once you understand Zen, your perception of reality will never be the same. The history of Zen Buddhism begins with a profound realization, the moment when Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, awakened to the nature of existence around the 5th century BCE. His teachings spread across India and beyond, but it was in China during the 6th century that Zen, as we know it today, began to take shape. As Buddhism traveled along the Silk Road, it encountered Taoist philosophy, creating a new form of practice that emphasized direct experience over doctrine, simplicity over complexity. This fusion gave birth to Chan Buddhism, later known as Zen in Japan. At the heart of this transformation was a single figure, a mysterious monk whose radical approach changed Buddhism forever. According to legend, Bodhidharma, an Indian monk and the 28th patriarch of Indian Buddhism, journeyed across the Himalayas into China, not with scriptures, but with a revolutionary idea. Awakening is not found in texts or rituals. It cannot be taught, only experienced. Meditation is the key to enlightenment. Upon arriving in China, Bodhidharma sought refuge at the famous Shaolin Monastery. There he found monks who were physically weak, mentally exhausted, and spiritually unmotivated. To revitalize them, he introduced dhyana, seated meditation, which became the core of Zen practice. Physical training, which would later influence traditional martial arts. But perhaps the most iconic part of his story is his 9-year meditation facing a wall, a symbol of total introspection, discipline, and inner silence. Bodhidharma's message was clear. Truth is not found outside oneself. It is realized through direct experience. Though he planted the seeds of Zen in China, it was another monk, centuries later, who would bring Zen to its fullest expression. Born into an aristocratic family in 1200, Dogen Zenji experienced tragedy early in life, losing both parents as a child. This awakened a deep question within him. If all beings possess Buddha nature, why is practice necessary? Dissatisfied with the answers in Japan, Dogen left everything behind to seek the truth in China. There he met Master Rujing, a teacher of the Chan tradition, and it was under his guidance that Dogen experienced a profound awakening. He realized, practice and enlightenment are not separate. Zazen, seated meditation, is itself the expression of enlightenment. To study the way is to study the self. To study the self is to forget the self. With this realization, Dogen returned to Japan and founded the Eiheiji Monastery, one of the most important Zen centers in the world today. There he wrote Shobogenzo, one of Zen's most important texts, where he explored the nature of reality, the illusion of time, the importance of awareness in every action. For Dogen, Zen was not something reserved for meditation halls. Washing a bowl, sweeping the floor, or breathing with awareness were all expressions of the path. This is what makes Zen unique. It is not a philosophy to be learned, it is a practice to be lived. From Buddha to Bodhidharma, from China to Japan, Zen remained faithful to the spirit of simplicity and direct experience. A path that requires no scriptures, no rituals, only presence. But how exactly does Zen unlock clarity and enlightenment? And what are the daily practices that allow one to experience this state of being? Stay with me, because what comes next will change the way you see Zen forever. There is no beginning or end. Abandoning all divisions and discriminations is to see things as they truly are. These words by Dogen Zenji reveal the heart of Zen, a direct experience of reality, beyond the mind's attempts to categorize and explain. Zen is not understood, it is lived. To sit in Zazen, seated meditation, is to manifest enlightenment in its purest form. In this single act, the entire universe is revealed. For Zen, meditation is not a practice separate from life. It is life itself. It is breathing, walking, drinking tea, chopping wood. Everything is contained in this present moment. In one of his most profound teachings, Dogen writes, "Time does not pass. We pass through time." When we understand this, the present ceases to be a fleeting instant and becomes eternity. This is the essence of Zen. The now is not just an instant, it is a portal to the eternal. Zen challenges conventional thought. It rejects the idea that truth can be captured in words, logic, or rituals. As D.T. Suzuki said, Zen is not an explanation, it is an experience. It is something that must be felt, lived, and realized within. This is why Zen Buddhism is unlike any other tradition. It points directly to the mind, teaching that truth cannot be transmitted by words but must be personally discovered. The philosophy of Zen is rooted in absolute presence. The past does not exist. The future has not arrived. The only reality is now. This echoes the words of Thich Nhat Hanh, who said, "Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet." Every act, no matter how simple, can be an expression of awakening when done with full awareness. Drinking tea is Zen. Sweeping the floor is Zen. Sitting in silence is Zen. The most ordinary moments become sacred when lived fully. Zen does not explain reality, it shatters illusions. To push students beyond rational thought, Zen masters use koans, enigmatic riddles designed to break logical reasoning and reveal direct insight. One famous koan asks, "Without moving your lips or tongue, say something about Zen." It forces the mind into paradox, a space where the only answer is silence, awareness, and direct experience. This is the heart of Zen. Truth cannot be explained, only realized. Zen is not confined to meditation halls. It is embedded in daily life, art, and tradition. The Japanese tea ceremony, shanoyu, transforms serving tea into a sacred practice, a meditation in motion. In Zen calligraphy, each stroke must be executed with full presence. No hesitation, no correction, only the truth of the moment. Zen gardens arrange stones, sand, and plants into landscapes that evoke tranquility and contemplation. To live with Zen is to recognize that enlightenment is not an achievement. It is the way we approach every breath, every step, every action. This is why Zen teaches, before enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. Life itself does not change, but the way we experience it is transformed. Time is a continuum without beginning or end. Practicing the way means being fully present in the moment, because this very instant is eternity itself. These words by Dogen Zenji reveal one of the deepest truths of Zen Buddhism. The past is gone. The future does not exist. The only reality is now. In another teaching, Dogen emphasized, the here and now is not something that comes or goes. The present is the full manifestation of the way. Zen teaches that true practice does not happen elsewhere. It happens exactly where you are, in this moment. But what does it mean to truly live in the present? And how can Zen help us break free from the illusions of time? In Zen Buddhism, the concept of here and now is not just philosophy, it is a living practice. The most direct way to experience absolute presence is through Zazen, seated meditation. During Zazen, the practitioner is not lost in thoughts of the past or future. Attention is placed on the breath, the body, and the act of simply being. In this moment, there is nothing to achieve, only existence itself. A Zen proverb states, the moment you sit, the whole world sits with you. There is no separation, there is no distraction, there is only the practice, pure and complete in itself. Zen is not confined to the meditation hall. In true Zen practice, every action becomes a form of meditation. Washing a bowl, sweeping the floor, walking down a path, all are opportunities to awaken. As Thich Nhat Hanh said, when washing the dishes, just wash the dishes. The act itself is not as important as the quality of presence you bring to it. Drinking tea is Zen. Sweeping the floor is Zen. Listening to the sound of rain is Zen. By fully immersing yourself in the now, every action becomes sacred. Zen offers an escape from the suffering caused by clinging to the past or fearing the future. The mind creates suffering through attachment. Anxiety is born from trying to control what has not yet come. The only true freedom is surrendering fully to the present. Zen invites us to let go of expectations and experience the absolute clarity that arises from being fully immersed in the now. Zen masters teach, the now is all we have. Recognizing this, we find peace. Zen does not ask you to seek something far away or wait for an ideal moment. The way is here. It has always been here. An ancient Zen koan teaches, when you walk, just walk. When you eat, just eat. This simplicity holds the entire depth of Zen. To live each moment fully is the realization of the way. Zazen is the foundation of Zen Buddhism, a practice designed to lead the practitioner to a direct experience of reality. Beyond thoughts, beyond distractions, beyond the illusions of the mind. The word Zazen comes from Japanese, where Za means sitting and Zen means meditation, but its meaning goes far beyond physical posture. Zazen is a state of absolute presence, where the mind lets go of its endless stream of thoughts and enters a space of pure simplicity and depth. It is not just a meditation technique. It is a philosophy of life that dissolves the boundaries between the meditator and the world. Through Zazen, the practitioner transcends duality, achieving a state of oneness with existence itself. The purpose of Zazen is to cultivate Satori, a direct insight into the nature of the mind and reality. As Dogen Zenji said, sitting in Zazen is the practice of Buddhism, and the practice of Buddhism is the practice of life itself. In other words, the act of sitting is not separate from enlightenment. It is enlightenment. Unlike other meditative traditions that aim to control the mind or achieve altered states, Zazen is about absolute acceptance of the present moment. There is nothing to change, nothing to attain, nothing to seek. Zazen is simply being. But while the practice appears simple, it is profoundly challenging. Many beginners struggle to calm their minds, expecting a state of pure silence. But Zen teaches that meditation is not about stopping thoughts. It is about observing them without attachment. The mind remains active, but the practitioner no longer identifies with its movements. Thoughts come and go like clouds in the sky, while the meditator remains grounded in full awareness. As Zen master Huang Po said, when you feel yourself heading toward a goal, stop and let it go. There is no goal, only the here and now. Choose a quiet place, a peaceful environment free from distractions. Use a firm cushion, zafu, or a meditation bench for stability. Sit in an upright posture with the spine straight and head aligned. Rest the hands in the cosmic mudra, forming a circle with the thumb tips touching. Keep your gaze slightly lowered, eyes half open, avoiding visual distractions. Focus on the breath, allowing it to be deep and natural. The core of Zazen is shikantasa, meaning just sitting. There is no striving, no goal, no effort to control the mind, only pure presence. Beginners may start with short sessions, 10 to 20 minutes, and gradually increase to longer periods. But Zazen is not just about time spent in meditation. It is about bringing that awareness into daily life. The goal of Zen is not to accumulate meditation hours, but to cultivate continuous awareness. Chop wood, carry water. This is Zen. Walk in silence, feeling the earth beneath your feet. This is Zen. Drink tea with full attention. This is Zen. Zen does not separate the sacred from the ordinary. It reveals that every action is sacred when done with full awareness. As Shunryu Suzuki wrote in Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, in Zazen, you should just be without clinging to the idea of achieving something. This beginner's mind, free from expectations, is the ideal state, not just for meditation, but for life itself. Zen teaches that enlightenment is not something to be sought outside of yourself. It is already present, waiting to be recognized. Through consistent practice and full presence, Zen reveals that freedom is not a distant goal. It is here and now. This is the heart of Dogen's teaching, that there is nowhere to go, nothing to attain, nothing to achieve. Zen is every step, every breath, every moment fully lived. Thanks for watching.